DYT Sports, everybody, welcome back. Jason Rubin here with Pablo Alsina, talking more NBA playoffs, the Western Conference now, a lot going on. The Grizzlies have a 2-1 series lead over the Golden State Warriors, the #1 seed in the Western Conference, who lost twice at home all year long. Now we're possibly going to lose again at home. The Game 4 is tonight. It is around 1 o'clock California time. It will be going on in the next 5-6 hours. So just a forewarning. So if you're watching this after the clip, please continue. Talk to us in the comment section below. The question.
This is before the game.
This is before the game.
Just in case.
So the question now has arisen: can the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Golden State Warriors in a 7-game series? Pablo, I'm curious your thoughts.
I definitely think they can. They are bigger. They are stronger. They have Zebo, Zach Randolph. They have Gasol, dame más gasolina. Unlike his brother, he is healthy. He is balling. He is scoring. That's a big team. Yes. And again, three-point shooting is easier in the regular season. It's tougher in the playoffs, especially when you're facing the same team over and over again. And we're seeing the Warriors yesterday, what they shoot, just 6 out of 26 three-pointers. Less than 24%, you're not going to beat the Grizzlies shooting that poorly. And once you start trailing, Jason, it's a little bit harder to make wide open three-pointers, especially with Grizzlies now taking the lead. Ooh, being at home. Right. I like Memphis.
So I don't want to even come close to ruling out either of these teams in this series, just to cover my own bases.
The question was,
predictions.
Can they?
Can they? Absolutely they can. Although I do want to see the Warriors move on. Now, the Grizzlies are, probably, and I want to say the biggest team left in the playoffs. There's really not many teams with that much size going for them. And, of course, you have first-team all-defense, Tony Allen. Mike Conley, who is a good defensive point guard, has returned healthy, mask on, and ready to ball every single night. Mike Conley didn't go off for, his running in the lane floaters. And he didn't really take too many spot-up jump shots early on in the series. And he didn't go off for a lot of points, but Mike Conley is such an asset to that team. And what I feel is so special about him. Before you had the Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, and that was it. Your fundamental big men inside who pull a bunch of Tim Duncan moves. They use the backboard. They're good in the low post.
They can pass. They can rebound.
Marc Gasol, one of the most underrated, I think, big men passers in the game. Probably one of the most underrated players still in the game. He plays a fundamental game. So people look at him and go, hey, he's not flashy and exciting.
Well, they say he's not even the best Gasol in his own family. I think that works against him.
It does. It absolutely does. And I think that right now, I still believe Powell's the better brother.
Right.
But Gasol is still playing an elite level of basketball. Both brothers are fantastic NBA talents.
And remember, the Grizzlies, this isn't their first playoff.
No.
They've been going at it. This is an experienced veteran team taking on a Warriors team.
Young.
Came out of nowhere all of a sudden. And again, if the three-pointers don't go in, if the game is under 100 points, Grizzlies are going to win. If it's 120, 115, the Warriors have them.
Right.
But if those threes start not going in, ooh.
Two things the Warriors need to change, and this might sound like, the first one might sound like common sense. You need to get the jump shots to fall. And as you were just saying, you're not going to get those open look three-pointers. Although, again, I was talking about Jimmy Butler in a previous clip and how he has become the most improved player in the NBA. He was awarded that, but still needs to improve a little bit off the dribble so he can get better looks at the basket, where Steph Curry has already excelled to that point. He is the best off the dribble shooter in the game, MVP, deserving of the award.
But when you see somebody 7 games in a row, as hopefully this series goes 7 games,
right,
the same fake-out moves that in the regular season, people aren't used to it. Well, guess what? You saw it Monday, you saw it Wednesday, you're seeing it Friday. You get a little bit closer. They're not going to be wide-open shots anymore in the playoffs, and we're seeing the Warriors are now making threes. Why? Because I already know your moves. I've seen it. It's almost like automatic. Boom,
obviously, the Grizzlies are studying
Did
the
you like
tape.
that move? I was like, wow. Do it like that.
The second thing that I do believe the Warriors need to change is they move Draymond off Marc Gasol and put him on Zach Randolph. I think it's a much better matchup, definitely size-wise. Now, Zach's a little bit thicker.
Bogan's got to score more.
Bogan needs to score more, and then he needs to step up and play the best defense of his life to stop or at least contain Marc Gasol. I think Draymond's getting beat up, and I think the Grizzlies do this every single year. You play a series against them, win or lose, you are exhausted. They are a physical team. They are a clean physical team. So they're not just hacking at you. They're playing strong, sliding defense, and they really make smart moves, especially down low. But with Mike Conley up top, floor commanding, being a general, it makes them a more lethal team that could take down the Golden State Warriors.
Kerr's style is to beat you with math. What do I mean? 3 is more than 2. A three-pointer beats a two-point shot. And in the regular season, they're running and they're gunning. They don't mind if they miss because if they make their next shot, hey, that's already 3 to year 2. So it works. The problem is if the threes don't go in, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. They're going to need to get more presence inside. They're going to still need to take the three-point shot because that's what they are. That's what they are. But I don't know if they can beat the Grizzlies 4 times.
They also need to pick up the transition. They need to pick up the pace. I mean, Gasol and Randolph are not the fastest guys on the court, nor will they ever be. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry can run a moving train offense at full speed and at least try to attack the rim slightly more. You got to wear down those bigs. And if you don't, it could very well be 3-1 at the end of tonight, but guess what? It could be 2-2 if those three start falling.
Warriors win by 30. Comments. The bald guy knows nothing. Grizzlies win by 10. That bald guy, Pablo, he's on to something.
He was the one who called.
They were laughing when I said that the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight was going to be a horrible fight and Mayweather was going to dominate, win by unanimous decision, and it was going to be his easiest fight. People are like, he knows nothing. Huh? What you think about me now?
It's all in the head. It's got it all up there, man.
It's all there.
So let's move forward, though, to the last of the NBA playoff stories.
Wow. I'm hacking you.
I know.
I'm following you already.
We have no foul line. I can't even take shots.
Jeez. And
Where do you think I'd go?
You shoot better than DeAndre Jordan.
If I took 28 free throws in the first half, how many do you think I can make?
If you shot lefty, you're righty. If you shot lefty, you would still make at least 10.
Not a chance. If I shot lefty, I think I'd make 2.
Jeez.
If I shot righty, I'd be maybe 12.
Gosh.
Maybe. I'd be under 50%.
I'm telling you, if I shoot with my foot, I shoot better than 10.
But if I take the Pablo Elsino route and go behind the head, 28 of 28 easily. So that's become a major problem in the NBA. The Hack-a-Deandre. Look, when you're fouling a team 3 minutes into a game, look, baseball fans out there know that we don't like watching 3.5-hour baseball games. I can tell you what, I don't like watching 4.5-hour basketball games. Well, first of all,
they should change the rule. The offensive team should have the option of shooting the free throws or not. It's that simple. Give them another foul and say, no, we don't want to shoot it.
They need to adjust the rule. That's not a bad idea, but there's one issue. You can't get rid of the Hack-a-Shaq rule because what are you supposed to tell big men who are developing at younger ages in high school and college? Don't worry. You don't need to shoot free throws. It doesn't have to be a part of your game because the rules have changed and you can just eliminate that element. I think 2 ways to change it could help. 1, make it a flagrant. So if you do it twice, you're gone. You're ejected. So you obviously have to be very strategic when you need to make that flagrant foul, or make the coaches shoot. But unfortunately, that benefits people like Steve Kerr.
You can't foul him like 70 feet from the basket with a hug or something.
No,
make it at least more.
So we're in agreement here. Obviously, the rules need to be changed or at least adjusted.
But Houston is already saying we can't beat this team straight up. That's the biggest problem. Come on, you have Harden, you have Dwight Howard, you have a good team. You're going that route? Don't like it. It affects your defense. It affects your offense. I don't like it.
By the way, this is all more towards my point, and I'm not going to speak too soon because I need the Clippers to win Game 5. Looking at you, Dan. I need them to win Game 5 because then I can go on my tirade of why, I may make a compilation of why I don't like the Houston Rockets. And we had many conversations about this, but that is one of the reasons. Go toe-to-toe with the Clippers. If you can't shut down Austin Rivers, who at one point I claimed to be the worst player in the NBA, and you can't shut him down.
Worst player.
He slips, he falls, he travels, he commits bad turnovers.
But he's winning games. I got to give Doc credit. People criticize him bringing his son. He's been, he's been important this playoffs.
I give Doc credit for that because that's a big burden to bring on that you have. It's not just that he's a player, he is your kid, and you can't do any special treatment. Of course, all that stuff. Credit where credit's due. Austin Rivers coming off the bench and doing his 7 of 8 shooting and being able to score points on a team that doesn't really have a bench has been a major boost for the Clippers. But guess where they need that? They need that infinitely more against a team like the Grizzlies or the Warriors if they go on to play them in the Western Conference Finals, and of course if they go on to play in the NBA Finals themselves.
Take care of Houston first. Beat Houston.
Please take care of Houston. All right, guys, so that was our Western Conference wrap-up of the weekend's NBA playoffs. Check out the Eastern Conference side of things. We talked about the Cavs and the Bulls. We talked about the truth. What did he call? He called game.
He called game.
He called game. As for Pablo and Jason, this has been TYT Sports. Comment below. We want to get into that conversation with you. Click on me if you'd like to subscribe to TYT Sports, and we'll see you next time.